Hey everyone, guess what? We haven't done these in-depth reviews in a while, but today we've got ourselves a new product, the VIOFO A139 3-channel dash cam. I know a lot of you have been asking, especially through the YouTube comments, regarding, are there any good 3-channel dash cams out there for Uber and Lyft drivers? Well, the answer is here. The VIOFO A139 3-channel dash cam is a triple channel 2K QHD dash cam that's slated to hit the market in late March. It's certainly not the only triple channel dash cam on the market today, and there are going to be cheaper options, but for $270, let's see what the VIOFO A139 can offer. So we're going to be starting off today by taking a look at what's inside the box. Then we'll put the cameras to work by checking out the video quality. Then we'll take a look at the parking mode features and the free VIOFO mobile app. And if you're upgrading to the A139 from any of the previous A129 models, well, we're gonna have some tips for you. But before we begin, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date on all of our new videos, especially all the fun experiments that we're gonna be doing with the VIOFO A139 in the coming months. So let's start off with the basics. Well, the VIOFO A139 is a triple channel dash cam, so you're gonna get your front, your interior, and finally, your rear cameras. All of these cameras are 1080p except for the front camera, which offers 2K QHD in the front. And finally, all three cameras do record at 30 frames per second, but that said, the front camera does give you the option of shooting at 60 frames per second. Now let's dive into the main differences in terms of accessories for the A139. Starting off, I know a lot of you have been asking on YouTube, when is VIOFO going to come out with a Type-C cable? Here it is. The 12-volt power cable is now Type-C. And moving on to the coaxial cables, which is going to make it way easier because they're super slim to install for your rear and IR camera. And last but not least, VIOFO is now making a standard to include CPL filters in the box itself. Well, the first thing you'll notice definitely when you take a look at the front camera is that VIOFO has gone with a completely new design when it comes to the A139. It's now a wedge-shaped design compared to the previous one where it comes with an LCD screen. In fact, they even took off the LCD screen, so now its form factor is more similar to what we see on the iRoad X10. Now, if we turn the front camera around, you're gonna notice that it's still gonna have the same classic 5-button design similar to the other VIOFO dash cams, and it's just as easy to use as before. So here are the rear and interior cameras for the VIOFO A139. From a design standpoint, you'll notice it's a lot different compared to what you're gonna get from like the ZenFox T3 or the Vantrue N4, in that the interior camera is built in to the front camera for those. But with the A139, you're gonna get a lot more flexibility in that these two cameras have their own separate casing. So you have a lot more control over where you place these dash cams in your car. That said, hooking up the rear and interior dash cams are completely optional. You can just use the VIOFO A139 as a single channel dash cam, but you are buying the VIOFO A139 as a 3-channel dash cam, so why would you even consider hooking it up just as a single channel? Of course, the best way to test out the VIOFO A139 is to test it out ourselves. So let's go set it up in the car. Forgot my dash cam. There's two places where you can install your IR camera. Personally, what I prefer to do is put it on your front windshield just above the rear view mirror. Alternatively, what I've seen a lot of taxi or Uber and Lyft drivers do is install it right on the front dashboard. The front camera itself is fitted with the same 5-megapixel image sensor as the A129 Plus. And that's how you're gonna get great 2K QHD image quality. The field of view is 140 degrees. You know what's one really cool thing about the front view camera? You can rotate the front lens up to 300 degrees. Check it out. You know what this means? You can install this into a wide range of vehicles without compromising field of view. By default, the front camera records at 30 frames per second, but you do get the option to upgrade to 60 frames per second, even when you're using all three cameras simultaneously. Now the rear camera is a 1.6 aperture camera with a 2 megapixel image sensor, so you can expect decent 1080p full HD quality even through slightly tinted back windows. The interior camera uses the same 2 megapixel image sensor as the older A129 dual IR dash cam. But notice there are 6 LEDs on the camera instead of the 4 on the A129 dual IR. So with the extra LEDs, you're going to see improvements in nighttime driving. So the A139 offers 4 different bitrate settings: low, normal, high, and maximum. But do keep in mind that recording in higher bit rates is going to increase the size of your footage files, and especially since you're getting footage files from all 3 cameras, the number of files you can hold on a micro SD card will be less than that on the A129 Plus Dual at the same bitrate setting. There is, however, a hidden H.265 option, just like it is on the A129 Plus. Just hold the mic button to switch from the standard H.264 to the high efficiency H.265. Moving on to parking mode, the VIOFO A139 is just like all of its previous VIOFO models, and it still requires a hardwiring kit or a dashcam battery pack in order to enable parking mode protection. That said, the A139 doesn't include a hardwiring kit inside the box itself, so if you're interested in purchasing one, make sure to include one in your order. The older VIOFO hardwiring kit will not work with the A139. It offers 3 different parking mode options: event detection, time-lapse, and low bitrate. In event detection, the camera will start recording once motion or impact is detected. Now let's move on to talking about the free mobile app that's available on the iOS and Android store. Now, because the VIOFO A139 doesn't have a built-in LCD screen, you're going to have to make a lot of the changes to the settings directly within the free mobile app itself. Now, for those of you who are currently using the A129 Pro or the A129 Plus, yes indeed, it is the same VIOFO app. Now, once you've downloaded the app onto your device, just press the Wi-Fi button on the dash cam to turn on the Wi-Fi feature. Connect to VIOFO's Wi-Fi network and enter the default password 123456778. Once you're connected, you're going to see a flashing blue LED on the unit itself, and then you can go into the VIOFO app and select Connect Dashcam. For those of you who are new to the VIOFO mobile app, it's actually quite easy to use. On the live view screen, you're going to see all 3 cameras on the screen, and you can cycle which one is shown full screen. Like what you see, take a snapshot of it using the snapshot feature. You're not going to find that feature on the ZenFox T3 or the Vantrue N4. Just to tap on the settings icon and you can make changes to your camera settings. The video file list icon here will take you to the file folder where you can play back your recorded files. From here, you can also download the file directly to your phone or delete it off the dash cam. Let's move on to upgrade tips. This is specifically catered towards those of you who have previous VIOFO dash cams and you're looking to upgrade to the VIOFO A139. First of all, I'm personally super excited about this exciting development on the A139. They've finally gone away with those really annoying beeps that you get when you press on the pause button on your VIOFO dash cam. Beep beep, beep beep, beep beep. I love those. Well, the A139 now comes with voice prompts. All you gotta do is listen to the audible alerts. And you're even gonna get voice prompts when you change the camera settings.
Recording. 3 channels started. Wi-Fi enabled.
Now, in terms of video quality, if you're currently using the VIOFO A129 Plus or the Plus Dual, we're happy to tell you that the A139 front camera shares the same 5 megapixel image sensor. In other words, you're getting the same great 2K QHD image quality. And while you get the same 1080p Full HD from the rear and interior cameras, if you look at the IR camera closely, you're gonna see it now features 6, not 4, LEDs that the other VIOFO IR dashcam offers, improving in-cabin visibility. In terms of connecting cable or power cords, you will need to replace your current setup entirely when you upgrade. I know a lot of you have been asking in the comments, and good news, the VIOFO A139 does use a Type-C power cable with a smaller and reversible connection. This is different from all the power cables from previous VIOFO models. And if you're planning on hardwiring the dash cam, you will also need to grab the new VIOFO HK3C hardwiring kit. And the coaxial cables are also new. Check out how slim they are. Can we reuse the existing IR or rear cameras from the previous A129 lineup? Unfortunately, the answer is no. And it's got very little to do with the chipset or the processor, and everything to do with the connection port itself. And that's why it's not compatible with previous VIOFO models. And lastly, because of the way the front camera is designed, it's not going to be compatible with the previous VIOFO CPL filter. But what VIOFO has done is include the new CPL filter in the box itself. So all you got to do is take that and use it with the new VIOFO A139 dashcam. Like we said before, the A139 is just one of the few 3-channel, triple-channel options that are on the market today. There are other options like the ZenFox T3 or the Vantrue N4. We're not going to go into a full-length, in-depth comparison between these 3 models, but if you are in the market for a 3-channel dash cam, here's our honest opinion. So in terms of video quality, all 3 are going to give you at least 2K QHD in the front and Full HD from the rear and interior. But with the VIOFO A139, you're going to get 4 different bitrate settings, as well as the option to record at 2K QHD at 60 frames per second from the front camera without the need to unplug the IR or rear camera. Unlike the ZenFox T3 or the Vantrue N4, the VIOFO A139 comes with 3 separate cameras. Because the front and interior cameras are all in the same device, the chances of experiencing overheating issues will be greater. After all, you've got the main brain, an IR camera, and an LCD screen all in the same casing. Plus, having all 3 cameras separate means that you're going to have a lot more control and freedom over the positioning of the cameras themselves, so you can place them wherever you want to get the optimal coverage for inside your car. And lastly, something that all 3 of these cameras have in common is the fact that none of them have cloud features. But that said, at least with the ZenFox and the VIOFO, you're going to get a free mobile app so you can make your changes on the fly directly on your phone. To summarize, in terms of video quality, we think the VIOFO A139 is great. And it's definitely up to par with the standards that's been set with previous VIOFO dashcams. For the price itself, we think it's fair for everything that you're going to get inside the A139 box. You're going to get your front camera, rear camera, IR camera, and all your installation must-haves, including your Type-C power cable, your GPS embedded mount, dual band Wi-Fi, and everything else. Everything to make sure that your installation becomes a smooth one. And not only that, don't forget, VIOFO is also including the CPL filter, which you're going to get standard inside the A139 box. And speaking of price, all 3 of them are about the same price, between $250 to $270. And that said, microSD and the hardwiring kit are all add-ons. This is definitely our pick for the ride-sharing dash cams for Uber, Lyft, and taxi drivers, and for those of you who just wants to keep an eye on the road ahead and inside your car. If you're interested in owning the VIOFO A139 yourself, be sure to use exclusive YouTube code BBMCTube on our website to take 5% off your next purchase. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thanks for watching.